Today we're going to talk about SHX, a little bit more on it, XLM, XRP, how they're all connected. You've got SHX, you've got some XRP here, XRP, PayPal Mafia, Elon Musk, and a wild ride for SHX. Now, it is much more conceptual, but I think it'll be interesting. So to kick this off and provide a hint of where I'm actually headed here, this is the head of the IMF, Christine Lagarde, back in 2014, talking about numerology. And I'm introducing this because I do believe that the elites plan and organize and communicate among themselves in order to make themselves much more prosperous before anyone else can have a chance of actually earning. So this is one way in how I think that they might actually communicate with each other in a more public way.
Numerology skills by asking you to think about the magic 7. Okay? Most of you will know that 7 is quite a number in all sorts of themes, religions, and I'm sure that you can compress numbers as well. So, if we think about 2014, all right, I'm just giving you 2014, you drop the 0, 14, 2 times 7. Okay, that's just by way of example, and we're going to carry on. So 2014 will be a milestone and hopefully a magic year in many respects. It will mark the 100th anniversary of the First World War back in 1914. It will mark the 70th anniversary, drop the 0, 7, of the Bretton Woods Conference that actually gave birth to the IMF. And it will be the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, 25th. Okay. It will also mark the 7th anniversary of the financial market jitters that quickly turned into the greatest global economic calamity since the Great Depression. The crisis still lingers. Yet, optimism is in the air.
And optimism is only in the air because we know what to actually check for now. So if you haven't heard, we have had some very positive price action on SHX in the last 24 hours or so. We're now up to just under half of a cent. And is that Uphold Inc. quietly buying up and pumping today in preparation of an SHX addition onto the Uphold platform? It possibly is. There have been a lot of things going around that February the 14th might be a possible day where they actually choose to put SHX on there. I checked into that a little bit more on the charts. Again, I am not a chart guy, but I leave that up to Bull Shark Crypto. He has shown that we are still in this consolidation range for SHX. So until we get out of this top end where we were at probably about a month ago now, then we're still technically just trading sideways, but there is a lot of momentum here now that we haven't seen since the highest end of that push. So we will have to wait and see. So I began to look into this more, and I saw a couple of other things on X that were talking about more and more connections with some things put out by David Schwartz and the Bearable Guy 123 and all of his crypto pictures that are tying up and captivating a lot of the XRP types out there. There are types out there that only concentrate on those and use that to justify what they actually do. However, I just like to use that as one more puzzle piece, and I'm not afraid of incorporating that kind of approach into my positions and how I think about things, because as I hinted at with the video at the start, I don't think that the elites who are actually in control of things will ever come out and tell us what is about to happen. And I do think that there are people out there who are involved in those things who want to try to share some information. And that is what I think is actually happening here. Now, how valuable that information actually is and how accurate our interpretations of it are, I don't know. But it is interesting, and it does have a lot of really interesting coincidences as well. So this is one that came out recently from Ashley Prosper, which I thought is interesting because she is involved in the XRP community a whole lot, and I haven't seen her account actually talk about it a whole lot. So I got interested in it. If you adjust the brightness of the image and you zoom in on the bear's teeth, a fractal pattern is shown. If you use that pattern, it shows it's actually a barcode with 00652831. If you change the numbers to letters, you get FEBHCA. I then applied the interpretation that you do things in reverse, I guess, and 1 2 3 3 2 1, which would be FEBACH. ACH sounds like SHX, right? Okay, so the greenhouse is also a glass house, which is essentially a clear house. This led me to clearinghouse and then automated clearinghouse. Also kind of sounds like the DTCC, which ties back into XRP, XLM, and XDC a ton. Clearinghouse may also refer to the act of house clearing, getting rid of the old. That's two ways that the ACH pops up there. We should watch the ACH in February of this year and next if XRP is somehow connected to that. Well, XRP is connected to the ACH because they are an investor in SHX. I don't know if K Thingol has it on here. Oh, it's at the very top. I'm an idiot. So they are one of the major investors into SHX and the company overall. Not to mention that here we can see that Sean, who is one of the co-founders, actually worked on XRP and XLM before coming on with Tammy Camp to create SHX and everything else that they do. So that was the beginning of my tin foil here. So Polly actually picked this up, who has been interacting with me more, who's probably the largest account on X to actually do so at this point. So hey, I truly appreciate that. But he or she, I don't know, is also thinking that ACH sounds more like SHX. A lot of XRP people aren't connecting the dots of all of this. If they were riddles, why would they tell you point blank that it's XRP? I completely agree with that. There are many assets in the new system, and XRP is just one. I think that XRP, XLM, and SHX are connected all the way back to the PayPal mafia and Elon Musk, and all of them are heavily involved in the payments industry, and as that expands into crypto. So that is what they were talking about here more. I don't know. So from crypto banker SHX, he has always personally thought that the king is in blue and white, which sounds like SHX. And if you look at the colors, it does look more like SHX than it does XRP, which I can go back to. I had one from Green Knuckles. Yeah, it is that one right there. And I think the round table one too, which I believe was in one of these. I don't know. I have it in here somewhere. So this is one of the things that happened that kicked a lot of this conversation up again. David Schwartz was talking a lot on X about the roundtable that he is involved in with a lot of crypto higher ups who aren't necessarily completely in line with the mainstream crypto talk. And if you look at the history of his tweets as well, he's got some really interesting ones, and a lot of people are able to make some highly coincidental connections to all of the bearable guy posts. So XRP, SHX, and XLM is, so this is the first from 2018, right around the time of SHX's creation. I've had the notion that the three battlements could represent XRP, XLM, and SHX, and Tammy Camp has been known to use the word persevere a lot. That's just, so this kind of looks like SHX. And then we have some more tying into XLM as well. So in 2018, the USD pegged coin, because I can't say STs well, has been called an anchor and is a cornerstone piece bringing the XLM network to mass market adoption, and that was from old Jed himself. This was reaching out to Ashley Prosper. Two shades of blue brick, both at the base, has always intrigued me. That is the definition of a, can't say that word, anchor and cornerstone. And interestingly enough, in the replies that I was having with him, Ashley Prosper actually did like our tweets as well. So when individuals of this caliber use words like this over and over and over again, it has a substance, and this word is anchor. The USD token called an anchor is a cornerstone piece, as we just said. This comes from an article, anchor. It's a backbone. Then we have anchor. Where do we have it again? We have anchor, and we have solid, secure, and meaningful ties. That could be meant by the word anchor. So you just got an English lesson from an engineer. I apologize about that. So this is from 2018, around the time that SHX was created. Are we connecting all of the dots, which is what I concentrate on. In my experience in life, I have found that you don't need to be an expert in each and every piece. You just have to be able to know how to connect things and make them work. That's a lot of why I ended up as an engineer. So this is the Anchor network map is from 2022. Why XLM needed a USD anchor. This is an article from 2018 that was actually published by Tammy Camp, which is where that anchor word comes into play again. And then you got anchors. I think I've got something on the Anchor network itself, but it's an old thing. I'm going to have to check into that again. Also, as we are talking about people saying the same words, you hear about a level playing field a lot. And you typically hear that from the IMF, from people with XRP and XLM, and even with SHX more now. I believe that there has been some things said by the BIS as well, and the World Economic Forum, and I don't believe that is a coincidence. So it still blows my mind that SHX have been enabling institutional and business adoption of crypto since 2018, again, by an exclusive, fully compliant institutions only exchange that is around their USD token and institutional grade crypto custody. This is a point that I have more information on, which I will expand about, but it's not as if SHX just popped up overnight. So to connect some more of the numerology kind of connections here with XRP and XLM, I found this the other day from XLM wanting to bring them all. There was a direct reference to Saturn for XLM, and it reminded me of XRP. So here is the post that he put out. They were talking about rebranding away from their cartoon rocket ship, which was a while back, but they actually directly called out the Unicode for XLM might not yet exist, but it one day will, so it should come prepared. And that is what they went with. And here on the official site, it actually says it's got just a hint of Saturn in there, which is kind of a weird thing to point out. Then we're talking about a phoenix here, which is Venus, which is the morning star and the light bear. Now that can go into a path that I won't talk about on here, but that does look a lot like XLM. And this might be from the Arcolect account. I'm not too sure. And then we've got more on that and XLM. So you get XLM here. Not going to touch on that, although there are people out there who do. This is talking about one of the projects on XLM that I have actually talked about, which is all about creating payment channels. And if you are interested in that, I do have a video on that, probably from a few months ago now. And then it's interesting that you get this with X as well, but that makes sense because XLM and Elon Musk go all the way back to the PayPal mafia. So what can we actually do with this, right? Well, we are beginning to see very large accounts get on board much more publicly with SHX. And with this price action happening again, we might be on the verge of SHX becoming much more popular.